Mid-South Production presents Power Pro Wrestling.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Power Pro Wrestling. I'm John Forrester, your host for this evening, and alongside of me right now, the president of Power Pro Wrestling, Mr. Edward Faulk. Edward, it's great to be here.
It's great to be here also, John, and what a great card we got tonight, and a packed house here in Iberia, Louisiana.
It is fantastic, and what a card we have got for the wrestling fans. General Skandor Akbar and Devastation Incorporated right here in Louisiana, and some tremendous matches for all of the wrestling fans tonight.
That's right. We got the Junkyard Dog, Wallace here, General Skandor Akbar, like you said. And you know, every time General Skandor Akbar is in the house, something's going to happen. And Sam Houston's on the card tonight also.
And that is just absolutely fantastic for the wrestling fans. We are really glad to be here. Got something sitting in front of us, Edward. Why don't you tell folks about that?
Well, we got the World Heavyweight Championship belt, and we're going to have a tournament for it coming up soon here on Power Pro Wrestling.
And we'll be talking about that later. Right now, let's go wrestling, Edward. Let's go to the ring, and our ring announcer, Steve Savage.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first event of the evening, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. First of all, 245 pounds from Paris, Arkansas, here is Wild Bill Ash. £238 cut off Louisiana. Let's hear it for Amos Moses.
I don't want to hear anything about the Cajuns, your Yankee Doodle Dandy. I'm Akbar. I'm Devastation Incorporated. What's this about these rumors I've been hearing about some problems with Samu and Akbar?
Well, all I know is that I have heard the rumors themselves. First time I've had to talk to you, General, since I heard about that. And I gotta figure this out. What's going on?
Let me rest your mind. There is no problems with Samu and Akbar, because I control Devastation, and he knows that. He lives great. I pay this man great.
Nice move by Ash there. But, you know, did he or did he not grab a handful of that hair, General?
No way. Bill Ash is a great wrestler. Bill Ash is a good wrestler.
Let's go back to the situation with Samu. What I heard was, you know, that
Why
maybe...
are you dwelling upon this?
You brought it up, General.
I just told you there's no problems with Samu and
All right.
Akbar.
Okay.
There's no problems at all.
No problems with
case
Samu.
is closed. Case is closed.
You're the General, General.
That's right. I am the General. Well, he does know a headlock. I'll give Amos Moses that.
Well, he was
does
able
know
to
a headlock.
work in that headlock.
Working a headlock, yes, that's exactly right. You know, professional wrestling is something. When you grasp the opportunity, you've got to be quick. You've got to have the situation at hand.
Well,
if you've got the headlock, you've got to keep working that neck.
Well, and while we're talking, here's Moses going for the pin. He doesn't get there. And there's one of those moves you were talking about, a veteran move. He needed some breathing room.
That's a veteran room, Fred. That's Bill Ash. He's been around the pike. Bill Ash has been around the pike.
You've seen a lot of wrestlers, General Akbar. Take a look at the young man Moses in the ring. Has he got a future? Where's he going?
He'd have a future if he's with Devastation Incorporated, but as he stands now, he's not going to get out of South Louisiana.
Well, right now he's having a hard time getting out of trouble with Bill Ash.
That's what I'm saying. You can't even get out of the squared circle with Bill Ash.
You know, one of the things that Devastation Incorporated, you've been known for over the years is champions, and more champions. There's a belt right here. Tournament coming up. Is this something that is in your plans for the future?
Of course. Mid-South Pro Wrestling, Power Pro Wrestling. Let's get it right.
All right,
Power Pro Wrestling.
Yes, sir.
All right. All the gold that Power Pro Wrestling has to offer, that's what Akbar goes after. Each individual in Devastation Incorporated will wear gold because Akbar knows exactly the way it is. I know exactly because I'm molded champions. And everybody in this area has followed Akbar for a number of years, and they know when I tell you something, they can all go to the bank on it.
So you think it's just a matter of time is what you're telling me then, General, until this belt is around one of the members of Devastation Incorporated. Am I hearing you correctly?
Yes, sir, you are hearing me correctly. A lot of people hate to see Akbar around these areas because, you know, when the appearance comes, when Akbar appears, everybody knows that I'm going to confiscate all the gold, all my wrestlers. They're going to be there.
I tell you what, it's going to be an interesting tournament. It really is. And I think it's good for wrestling here in Louisiana. Now, you may not like being here.
Bill Ash. Now, what happened to Amos Moses? Huh?
I ran into
He thinks he's back. Where is he? Said, what is it? Cut Off? Where's he from? Cut Off, Louisiana?
That's right.
I heard that. Where is Cut Off, Louisiana?
I'd have to give you a geography lesson, and I'd have to get out my map.
Thanks. I don't want any geography lesson of the state of Louisiana or the United States right now.
Ash working on Moses.
That's another one.
Power move right there.
Now, Amos Moses is a glutton for punishment right now because he's really getting worked over by Bill Ash.
But I don't think there's a lot of quitting this young man.
Well, Bill Ash is trying to climb. Of course, Amos Moses, I should say, is trying to climb the rankings here in Power Pro Wrestling. But he's not going to get anywhere like this because he's not vicious enough. He's not taking the incentive. Bill Ash is taking it to Amos Moses. Amos Moses is not taking it to Bill Ash.
That's one way of looking at it. And right now, Bill Ash is having it all his way. Bill Ash is having it all his way. This is interesting, General.
What's the matter with you?
This is interesting. When we first sat down, you told me that everything with Samu is under control.
That's exactly right, and I don't want to hear anything about that.
Well, I have a request from Samu for an interview.
What?
He wants to talk with us here on Power Pro Wrestling.
I do all of his talking. He can't do that.
Well,
I do all of his talking. What are you talking about?
The man wants to talk to me. I'm going to go talk to him.
Well, hold on just a minute. I told you that Samu, I do all of his talking. I do all of his matchmaking. I do it all.
Well, he wants to talk. I want to hear what he has to say.
What do you mean, what? It's not going to happen. I can tell you right now. I'll see to it. He's not going to go out that interview.
All right.
He will not disobey the general.
Well, I tell you what, then I'll be standing out there by myself.
He's going to suffer the consequences. Nobody double crosses the general and gets away with it. Nobody.
I have, I take you for a man of your word, but a man has to talk to me. Now, there's a quick move. Look out here.
He's got his crunch.
He got the 1, 2, 3. He got the Duke. 1, 2, 3 real quick. So a reversal of fortune. Bill Ash having it his own way, but the man walking away with his hand in the air, Amos Moses. We're waiting here. We had a note from this man during the match said he wanted some time with us. General Akbar says he does Samu's talking. And he said Samu will not come out. Well, one thing is wrong already. Samu, it's good to see you. What do you got to say?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say hello to everybody and all of the fans out there in All Pro Championship Wrestling. And I got another thing to say. You know, you all might be familiar with the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika. Well, Afa is my father, and years ago, Akbar was their manager. during the Mid-South days, and there was a lot of money being made there. But my dad or my uncle never got any of it. So, what I'm here to do is to tell Devastation Incorporated, Akbar, Skandor, they can kiss my royal. Because I am a second-generation wrestler, and you heard of the saying, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you? Well, I'm gonna be to this company like the Big Apple is to New York. I'm gonna be like the wind is to Chicago. And Akbar, I'm gonna be like my foot's gonna be in your... It's time for the Samoans to step up and take over. And it's not with Akbar or Devastation or a one-man gang. I'm gonna stand on my feet in front of the ring, in front of anybody, open to all challengers. I'm not partial, but Akbar, I want some money from you, even if I gotta take it out of your butt.
Samu, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with more Power Pro Wrestling in just a moment.
Edward Faulk will be going to the ring in just a moment for the introductions, but first I want to talk a little bit more about this beautiful belt that I have right in front of us.
Beautiful belt, and like I said earlier, John, we're going to have a tournament for us, the World Heavyweight Championship belt, and I got to get back to Samu's interview. Did you hear that?
I certainly did, and you know, one of the things that I found interesting, I talked with Akbar during the first match. Akbar said, and his words, I talk for Samu.
That's
and
right.
that we found that wasn't true at all.
That's right. But Samu didn't need nobody to talk, because he came out himself and talked, you know, said what he had to say. And I remember Alpha Seeker, two big men. Hey, Johnny, ready in the ring? Let's go to the ring.
Let's go up to the ring. We're waiting, of course, on the arrival of Steve Savage, our ring announcer, making their way into the ring right now. The one-man gang and Manu. And, of course, the general is with them, Skandor Akbar, waiting for their opponents, Joey Como.
And guess who? Samu.
Guess who? We're putting it on right now. He just said, it doesn't work for Akbar. I'm going to get you, Akbar, if I got to take it out of your hide, and here he comes.
That's right. There you see him. There he comes to the ring there, John, and I think he means business, believe it or not.
I tell you what, I was standing there doing the interview with Samu, and now he's getting crosswise with Akbar. Of course, half the world gets crosswise with Akbar.
Yeah, and when, after that interview with Samu, you should have heard the dressing room. It blew up right there. Akbar is very, very upset.
Well, I tell you what, I think I'd make that a horse apiece, Edward, because Samu is definitely upset. He had a look in his eye that I don't think is going to go away real quick.
That's right, John, and you see the official trying to get everything together to get him in the ring,
This is one of those occasions where I'm glad I'm down here sitting behind this table and Billy Vick is up in the ring. I don't think that I'd like to be in that black and white right now.
I've done that for years, John, and I tell you what, it's not an easy job, and I'm kind of glad I'm out of that ring.
Well, I tell you what, it's a whole lot more comfortable, a whole lot safer where I am, although when you sit next to Akbar announcing a match and he's got that swagger stick with him, it's not, you're not real sure what's going on.
That's right, and ring officials trying to get the match started there, and I don't know what's going to happen. Akbar is very upset, and you see the one-man game there, and referee's trying. It's a tag team match, one man on each side, and it seems like they all want to go together. And there they go.
They're going to wait on the bell. Here we go.
And there he goes.
You want action? Power Pro Wrestling is the place to find it.
That's right. And it's just a beautiful.
Listen to the fans get into it, firing it up from the very, very beginning.
And Samu and Joey Como cleared the ring.
If you're looking for a local angle, of course, Joey Como is a pro wrestler from Lafayette, Louisiana.
That's right.
Tremendous ties to the community.
Great guy, and I've been knowing Joey for years, and he's a hard-working guy, and he ain't gonna back up for nobody.
Not a whole lot of, Akbar, tried to use the term and didn't know how to use it. There's not any crawfish in Joey Como.
That's right. And you see here in your Iberia, they holler USA, and I don't think Skandor Akbar likes that. Pack house here in your Iberia.
Well, I tell you what, they still got two formidable opponents in there. The one-man gang, the name kind of says it all. Akbar calls him the 747. I don't know that I've ever seen a 747 that was that fat. Maybe it's from eating all the dinners on the 747. But he is a big man. He is a full load.
That's a big guy, John, and I tell you what, I've seen gangs from, years back. I refereed this match many times, and I'll tell you the truth, I got out of his way because I wasn't a brave man for that.
He gets my side of the street. I don't mind telling you, he is too big for me to deal with.
I see the referee got the match going on, and what a big guy here. What is his name? Manu?
Two big guys.
That's
and
right.
Manu's got a look in his eye that I don't want to mess with. I think the man, the elevator may stop at the 4th floor or something like that.
I think you're right, John. And I wouldn't want to be the man, I wouldn't want to be Joey Como's shoes.
Let me ask you something. Edward, you've been in the ring with these guys, and you've been in the ring, as a referee and everything like that. When you have somebody like Akbar at ringside, you can keep your eyes on the two. Does he occupy a part of your mind when you're in there?
That's right, John. When you got Akbar in the ring, it's not 4 men you got to worry about. You got to worry about the 5th man. And that's Skandor Akbar, and it does. It really, he gets you worried, and it's just like you got to keep your mind on him. You got to keep your mind on the ring. The guys are on the ring, and you see.
Manu working on Joey Como, working on an arm right now.
That's right. Referee asks Joey Como if he wants to give it up. We want to remind any of the non-profit organizations that want to raise money for their non-profit organizations, John, they're welcome to call the office, the Power Pro Wrestling office, at area code 318-234-5219. You see Joey Como move out the way there.
Sometimes it's not the big that gets it done, it's the quick.
That's right. Great wrestler, and there's a tag, one-man gang. And you see right there, John, for yourself that they're working on it. The official moves them back out.
Look out now. Samu's wanting to get in there and help Joey, but when he does this, Ed, the simple fact is he's not doing his partner any good.
That's right. Double teaming again, and that's Akbar. You always got to worry about it. General Skandor Akbar has always got it. Got something planned for it.
Say what you want to about Skandor Akbar. Call him infamous. Call him whatever you want to. His wrestlers come ready to wrestle.
That's right.
And he's going to take advantage of everything that the rules allow and normally make up something along the way.
Amen on that. And there you see General Skandor Akbar, vicious old man. I'll tell you what.
You tell him that. I'm not going to tell him that when he's got that club in his hand.
I wouldn't tell him that either. And you see the referee, you see what General Skandor Akbar did right there. That's what I was telling you earlier. Referee could not see everything, and General Skandor Akbar has always got it planned.
You know, he's been around, and like I say, you don't have to like the guy. I don't like anybody that puts down my part of the country. But I got to give Skandor Akbar one thing. He finds a way to win. If the name of the game is win, he gets it done.
That's right. Referee's telling Samu, get out in the ring because you've got to get a tag.
And he's looking back over his shoulder, and nobody knows what went on.
That's right.
We're all looking at the referee. We're all looking at Samu.
I tell you what, the referee, the official, he's got a hard job. He's got a full hand in this match, and again, I feel sorry for him.
You know, you were saying something earlier, Edward. Wrestling is about one of the hot tickets. And anybody out there who has a non-profit organization, a school class, or whatever it is, wanting to raise a little bit of money, give Power Pro Wrestling Office a call. And we'll show you how you can bring this excitement to your community and benefit at the same time.
Beautiful.
What a move by Joey Como.
That's right. Wow, beautiful clothesline by Joey Como. A tag with Samu, and here comes Samu in the ring. Samu's going to work on both one-man gang and Manu.
Well, they made a mistake. They let Samu get rested over there in the corner while they were trying to work on Joey. Now, taking a look, he wants to go. That'll wake you up. I got a funny feeling anybody that's on Akbar's payroll is going to be pretty fair game for Samu.
That's right.
For quite a while.
That's right, John. And, hey, don't leave us because we got more action coming. Junkyard Dog's on the card. Sam Houston is on the card. And then great wrestler. Comes from a great family. Father, Grizzly Smith, his dad, and the brother of Jake the Snake Robin also.
Lots of fantastic action coming up here on Power Pro Wrestling tonight. We want to invite you to enjoy what you're seeing. Stay with us because there is definitely more to come. Now they got Samu in a little bit of trouble, Edward, and now they're going to do a little double team action on him.
Double clothesline by one-man gang and Manu to Samu. You see Joey Como trying to come in to help him, but like the officials telling him.
I tell you what, you got to watch it with these two names, Samu and Manu.
That's right, double teaming again with the Devastation Incorporated people, and you see Skandor Akbar sticking his nose in again. Referee's trying to do his best.
He's got to take care of one of it. And it looks the other way. And I'll tell you what we're watching right now is how feuds get built, Eddie.
That's right, John, and I'll tell you what, you see a referee's trying to ask Samu if he wants to give it up, but believe me or not, Samu ain't gonna give it up that easy.
Oh.
He comes from a great wrestling family, like you said earlier, the Samoans, Alpha and Seeker, two great guys, and he comes from a good blood.
And they say, you know, the blood will tell. The apple doesn't fall very far from the tree.
That's right.
If I remember my history correctly, the Samoans, many times they had belts like we have in front of us around their waists as the tag team champions.
That's right.
So he knows what it takes to win.
That's right. And you see General Skandor Akbar attracting the referee and double teaming on Samu again.
We could see it on the monitor, but Billy Vick couldn't see it. The tag, in fact, was made, but Billy Vick didn't see it. He can't allow it.
That's right. Samu's taking a lot of punishment there, but I'll tell you what, John, he ain't going to give it up that easy. Whoa.
Manu tries a headbutt. Let's see if he'll try that action again.
Oh, no way.
Well, let's see. He went into the kitchen twice. He's going to try it a third time, and Samu isn't moving. Now he turns around and brings Manu to his knees.
Did you see that lower cut there? But referee did not see it. Again, John, you cannot go by what the wrestling fans said. You got to see it for your own eyes.
And the fans, of course, you know, they can see a lot of things, but they're sitting in their chair. They're not in that squared circle like Billy Vick is right now. And once again, while the referee is occupied, here's the gang, and he's dealing punishment to Samu.
And he is not the legal man in, but you see how they work, John. It's always double teaming, and again, Akbar's got his tricks to it.
Okay, Manu looks like he wants to go up. Trying to get some leverage off that middle rope. A reverse.
A move by Samu. That's a good job he did there. He moved out.
It was instinct or desperation, but it sure took the steam out of Manu for a minute.
And a tag, Samu made a tag to Joey Como, and Joey Como's coming in fired up.
Once again, he's the rested man, and he bounces him into one of those big elbows. Coming off the ropes. A little bit of a clothesline with some velocity. He's going to go for it, but he didn't have him softened up near enough. You know, Manu's a big man. You're not going to bang him a couple of times and get a pin off of him. Uh-oh.
There you see it. You see it for yourself.
You gotta be aware of what you're doing. Now the gang. And here comes Manu, and this time he'll crunch the back. And if nothing else, that's going to take all the air out of your balloon.
See outside, Samu's out of getting with General Skandor Akbar and back to the referee.
Akbar has help ever at hand. And in the ring, while everybody's watching at ringside, the gang puts Joey Como on his back for a 1, 2, 3.
That's right.
So, you know, regardless of what was going on at ringside, it's what's in the ring that counts.
That's right, and you see the one-man gang, Devastation Incorporated, got it again, John.
They certainly did. Tell you what, we had a chance to talk with Skandor Akbar earlier, but he has a message he's wanting to get across. Let's go right now to General Skandor Akbar.
Ladies and gentlemen, the infamous General Skandor Akbar.
And General Akbar needs no introduction. And this is the new era, Mid-South Power Pro Wrestling. I want you to get that and get it good. It's Mid-South Power Pro Wrestling. Well, you know, Akbar's had all the great stars. You look around the world, you look around the universe, and everybody associated with the great General Akbar has risen to the top, just like the cream always rises to the top. Well, people, it's no exception now. I'm here in this area, and you people can remember General Akbar. You know, every place I go, can that be Akbar? Can that be Akbar that ruled Mid-South and ruled the world? Yes, it is me. You see the likes of Bill Watts, Ted DiBiase, Grizzly Smith, they're all gone, but Akbar is still here and as powerful as ever. So I get cards, letters, telegrams from all across the world saying, do for me what you do for the one-man gang Manu, the California stud Rod Price. But you have to cut the mustard. Like you Americans always say, you gotta cut the mustard. So if you got what it takes, here's the squared circle, people. You climb in, and if you can write in English, I want you to sign your name on that dotted line. Because, people, when you step in with devastation, you gotta prepare to pay the consequences. Akbar is here, he's alive, he's well, and he will rule Mid-South Power Pro Wrestling.
It's wrestling time. Let's go to the ring, and our ring announcer, Steve Savage. Bill, we got the Rottweiler and the JYD coming up in this one.
Well, I don't know a lot about Rottweiler, but I know a lot about Junkyard Dog. First time I ever saw Junkyard Dog was across the Municipal Auditorium 19 years ago in New Orleans, Louisiana. And that's a formidable sight when you look across there and see a man that big and that capable.
And he, you know, a fan favorite here, of course. He's got wrestling roots here in Louisiana.
A lot of roots. The man's been down here in this area for about 14 years that he's lived. And this is his adopted home. He's as much South Louisiana as anybody that was born here, I guarantee you.
Well, I tell you what, I think we got an interesting match now.
320 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia.
Ask you about what's sitting right here. Does this put a gleam in your eye? We got a brand new championship belt coming up.
If that doesn't put a gleam in your eye, you've got no business getting in that ring because you're already defeated. You've got no goals. You've got no inspiration. Get out, Jack, if you don't want that.
And that's coming up. There's going to be a tournament here at Power Pro Wrestling for the heavyweight championship belt. It doesn't belong to anybody right now. Skandor Akbar tried to claim it, but one of his guys has got to get in the squared circle and win it.
I'm making one prediction on this. You're going to see some of the finest wrestling talent in the world today get in that ring trying to get this belt.
I tell you what, and we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
The Rottweiler and the JYD in action, the Junkyard Dog.
He is a living legend for sure. One of the biggest names worldwide. This
and one of the biggest right hands that you just saw.
Whoa, until you've ever been on the receiving end, you don't really understand all of that.
And I promise you that I'll take your word for it, Bill. I will take your word for it.
I guarantee you, Rottweilers haven't not set first thoughts, second thoughts, but third, fourth, fifth, and sixth about signing that contract.
Mama, can I have my pink socks?
Yes, but it's too late, Jack. You're in the ring. You best do your best to get out. And good luck. That's all I can say on that one.
JYD and the Rottweiler in the ring. You're in tune. If you just joined us, this is Power Pro Wrestling. John Forrester, my guest buddy right now, Wild Bill Ash, who had a match earlier tonight. We're glad you're along with us for all the action. The Junkyard Dog in action.
He just switched from a straight arm bar into what you call a hammerlock. He reversed it to a hammerlock. Rottweiler shows a few basic skills. That's a reversal. Here comes another reversal into a hammerlock. Now he's going to the ropes to break it.
Bill, tell me something from a ring veteran. You've got a big man, big strong man, a tall strong man in the Junkyard Dog against the Rottweiler. He's a big man. You know, he's a heavy man. You know, let's take the Rottweiler. If he's going to mix it up with the JYD, what's he going to have to do?
First thing he's going to have to do is not to try to attack Dog's strength, which is his size and strength. He's got to try to outmove him, try to get Dog off his feet down on the ground, because when you're off your feet, you can't utilize your strength. He's not doing a very good job of it. Dog's got this totally under control at this point.
Well, you know, I saw one thing, and the JYD will tell you, you want to hurt me, don't hit me in the head. And the Rottweiler, you know, all he did was bust his knuckles on that on the top of the head of the Junkyard Dog.
Very stupid move, in my book.
Yes.
And you can see where to get him, down on all fours, which is not where you want to be in this case. You want to get your opponent on all floors or on the mat. And looks like he's setting up for a Russian leg sweep. That should be all she wrote.
1, 2, 3, that's it, the Junkyard Dog.
I told you this
here on Power Pro Wrestling, picks it up, and he made it look easy.
Well, as big and capable as he is, it is that easy for him. It's going to have a higher level of caliber competition to bring out more of the Dog, because Dog's one of the best there is, one of the best there ever will be, I believe.
We've got more to come on Power Pro Wrestling. Sam Houston is going to be wrestling for us in just a few minutes. If we had a chance to talk with Sam Houston a little bit earlier today, let's go to that interview.
Sam, an exciting card on Power Pro Wrestling, and it's good to have Sam Houston be a part of it.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure for me to be here for Power Pro Wrestling. Let me tell you something, folks. I have been around Louisiana all of my life. My father, Grizzly Smith, my brother, Jake the Snake Roberts, my sister, Rockin' Robin, myself. We have lived, we have made Louisiana, Texas. We have made this area our home. Mid-South Wrestling, Power Pro Wrestling, we have made this our home. We came here back in the early 60s, late 60s, and we made a mark. My father first. And if we will have to walk behind and follow his footsteps, we will. But I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. My father has got one of the best reputations in the sport of professional wrestling, and it's up to me, it's up to my brother, it's up to my sister to carry along and to try to instill our beliefs into everybody else and all the little kids that come up and look up to us. I'm going to tell you something. Devastation, Rugged Rod Price, you are looking at me today. Well, Rod Price, anytime I can get my hands on you, I want to. Any member of Devastation, I want to. Skandor Akbar, I've hated your guts since I was a little bitty kid. One-man gang, you associate yourself with Skandor Akbar. I'm going to tell you something. Devastation, you can all, well, you know what you can, they know what they can do. My tag team partner, Charlie Thunderblood Norris, who is no stranger to anybody else in professional wrestling, and I will do our best to topple Devastation. I'm going to tell you something, Akbar, you're going down.
Sam Houston on Power Pro Wrestling. We'll be back with more action from Power Pro right after this.
Power Pro Wrestling welcomes you back. Let's go up to the ring for the introductions for our next match, our main event.
281 pounds, Hollywood, California, Rod Price.
You hardly ever saw Granddaddy down here. They only come a town about twice a year.
The California stud,
500-pound East copper line.
Samu, joining me this time, and it's good to have the opportunity, Samu, to sit and talk with you for a couple of minutes. Coming out at ringside, Sam Houston, and we got a dandy in the ring right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right there. You got
His opponent, 230 pounds,
everybody knows it.
Bear Creek, Texas, Sam
He's a great athlete,
Houston.
known throughout the world. Him and I started wrestling about the same time. And
it is, you know, you just had a tough match with the one-man gang and Manu. How's Joey Como?
Joey's going to be all right. You know, he's got a lot of heart. He's a tough kid. You know, having opponents like One Man Gang and Manu, you know, it took a lot of guts for him to even, you know, offer to be my partner, and I'd like to give another special thank you.
And, you know, we got an opportunity here, Samu, as the guys are getting ready to go after it, and during this match, when you have a lull in the action, I want you to go into a little bit more what went on between you and Skandor Akbar. I think it's important that the fans understand that.
Yeah, well, you know, I think the fans are the ones that really do know how sneaky and conniving as Akbar is. You know, he's been around wrestling forever, and so is my family, you know, and he used to manage my father and uncle, and he guided them through some great title matches, so the man does have a brain. But when it comes to, you know, what was rightfully theirs, he kept all the money, and that, you know, that's not right.
Well, right now, Sam Houston has got Akbar at ringside to deal with because he also manages the California stud, Ron Price. And like I was talking with Edward Faulk, the president of Power Pro earlier, like Akbar, don't like Akbar, you better be aware of it.
Well, you know, you don't get to be old being no fool. And Akbar, he's got many tricks up his... Here he comes. You better just keep your mind on the match there. You better hope I spare you. You see what I mean? He's a master at keeping people's minds off of everything.
And off of what they're doing. And, you know, he said it, and one of the things that I think, he sat right in the chair you're sitting in, and the words he used were, I talk for Samu.
No, he did talk for me at one time, but, you know, I stayed with him for a short time, and I still never got no checks in the mail from that man. You know, I'm really upset with him, and he's going to get his due.
Well, right now in the ring, it's Sam Houston and Ron Price, and this is like just the kind of the feeling out process. They're trying to see who brought what into the ring tonight, who brought the good stuff.
Yeah, they're still showing a lot of respect for each other. They're trying to feel out the soft spots. It's a big kid here, a big stud. He's a powerful guy, but you got to watch Sam. He's a little wiry, quick. He's quick at his gun.
One of the things I want to know, Rod Price was making the sign to the referee like he pulled my hair. The California stud doesn't have much hair to pull.
Well, he's trying to psych somebody out, probably himself. He's probably getting those butterflies inside. He's starting to wonder about him. About himself, that is. Big guy.
You know, you know about Sam Houston's wrestling background. He's like you. He comes from a wrestling family. I'm, you know, other than the fact that the hours in the gym show in the physique of the California stud, he is a big man. Right. You know, I don't know all that much about his background, but I do know that Akbar doesn't take. You know, he doesn't take wimps.
No, he sure doesn't. But old Sam Houston, he's got more ring time than California stud got shower time there. You know what I mean?
I'll guarantee you that. And once Sam Houston, as well as any wrestler I know of today, when he gets it fired up, you better get back into it in a hurry, or it's lights out.
Oh yeah, he's ready to rock and roll with the best of them. I'd like to get in maybe a couple six-man tags. Him and Charlie Norris are a great tag team. Me have always been a tag team wrestler myself, so I know what a good tag team can do, and I really admire his work, and you know, he's a tough guy in the sport we have today.
Is that a possibility in your future? You know, it appears that things are done with you and Akbar. What's going to happen with Samu?
Well, you know, I've been on the wrong side of the tracks for so long, and all these people are great people. They're standing behind me, and you just can't turn your back on that. And I'd rather go out and work hard and bust my button for these people, and to help out, you know, guys that want to be helped out, and not like Akbar. He's there to take advantage, take money, and you know, Akbar's for Akbar.
Well, and I'm going to point to something that we have sitting right in front of us. It says Power Pro Heavyweight Championship of the World. Is this something that might be in Samu's future, something you're interested in?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Being in Power Pro now, you have all of the top contenders throughout the wrestling sport today, and we're all coming in. There's a lot of top-notch talent here in Power Pro, and I'm looking forward to coming against this belt, and if somebody does get it before I do, I hope they'll give me a title shot at it.
Well, I tell you what, it's going to be interesting. While we were talking, Price distracted the referee, and that was the only opening that Akbar needed.
Well, you know, Price,
he doesn't need much.
Yeah, but there's Price now taking them shortcuts where he's not going to learn like that. There you go, there you go. Now that's wrestling there. See, that's when you got to dig down deep and come back on the bigger guy.
Houston just trying to fight for breathing room. He took a pretty good lick with that swagger stick in the midsection. That'll take the air out of your tires in a hurry. He's looking for just enough breath to get it up under him. Boy, what an elbow.
That's a big guy.
Right up on the chin. 1, 2, but Houston kicks out of it. That's just 1, 2. That's ring instinct.
That's exactly
that got him out of that jackpot.
You got that right. Now you got to watch that Akbar there. He's going to see. Yeah. Good job.
Once again to the floor, over the top rope.
Yeah, Price.
If Billy Vick sees it, he's going to ring the bell. He's going to disqualify him. He didn't see it.
No, that's a conniving Akbar.
Because Akbar's got him, and the result is that Houston takes the 10-foot fall to the concrete.
Yep, I hope he can get back up. Come on, Sam, get back in there, buddy.
Well, Price is there to greet him, but Houston has got some other thinking to do.
Beautiful.
Look out here. He rolls into the ring on
him. He's going to pay
it.
a price now. He's going to pay a price. Get him.
Sam Houston and the California Stud going at it.
Yeah, he's catching his wind now. He's coming back up. This is a strong guy, this Price. He's phenomenally big.
Takes some working on. He's looking for a break. Back out ahead with that big bicep.
Oh, that might be the nail in the coffin there, too. Oh, whoa. There we go.
Now he's saying, let's get the count done. Billy Vick says, I got you 2, maybe 2.5. But now he's going to go up top and work on a chin lock.
Yeah, he's cutting off the blood to the brain. It's going to tire you out. It's kind of hard to catch your breath once they wrap them jugular veins up in them biceps like that. Your brain can't get enough blood as it needs, you know.
And Price, big gun biceps to get the job done.
Yeah, but Sam Houston, he's a top-notch. You know, like I said, he's been a tag team wrestler, but he can hang and bang with the toughest of them by him in single competition. You know, heck, if they have a tournament for this belt, I wouldn't be surprised if we meet each other on the line somewhere, but we'll have to worry about that when the time comes. Right now, I'm pulling for him.
Trying to get it back together. On the mat, Ron Price, the California Stud, in charge. Power Pro Wrestling and bringing you all the excitement. All the excitement. You know, I was talking, and I'm really excited about the opportunity Power Pro is also bringing the schools and the nonprofit groups in the area to sponsor Power Pro Wrestling and to benefit their organization and bring excitement to their community. I think that's a fantastic thing.
Oh, you know, you're right again. It's excellent what Power Pro is doing. They're bringing the wrestling back to the fans. They're coming back to the town where they can be on a one-on-one basis with you, where you can meet people, get your autographs, get your pictures, you know, where you're just one-on-one with your fans. It just means so much to you, and that's great. Power Pro's doing a great job.
Sam Houston trying to pump it up and get back into it.
There we go.
Slowed Price down with a mule kick, and now he's playing him a little chin music.
He's got them jabs there. That's it.
And there's the top of that cranium right into the canvas.
He might have banged his head there. Oh, he's got it.
Not real sure that they both didn't pay a price. Billy Vick is counting on both of them.
He's got him. Come on, Sam, get him. There it is. There it is. Oh.
There's the bell. I think we've got a time limit draw.
Oh, Houston had him. He sure had him.
Should have had him.
That's a shame.
Now they're going to go on. But I tell you what, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with Power Pro Wrestling right after this. Welcome back to Power Pro Wrestling. John Forrester with you. It's been good to have you along with us tonight, and what excitement we had. We want to invite you to join us next time on Power Pro Wrestling for more of the same, and watch for your opportunity in your local area to see Power Pro Wrestling live and in person. And if your civic organization, club, whatever, nonprofit group wants to be involved in the excitement of professional wrestling, Power Pro wants to help you raise money. Just give us a call at the number you see on your screen right now. Mid-South Productions Power Pro Wrestling, and we can make it happen for your organization. That's going to do it for us for this edition of Power Pro Wrestling. For all the guys here at Power Pro, John Forrester wishing you good evening.
This has been a Mid-South production of Power Pro Wrestling. Mid-South Production presents Power Pro Wrestling.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Power Pro Wrestling. I'm John Forrest, your host for Power Pro Wrestling. We're going to get right to it. Last week, trouble between General Skandor Akbar and Samu. General, what's going on?
Well, I can tell you right now, Samu, you're going to pay dearly, because I'm the general, and nobody double-crosses a general and walks up. Talk about it. Understand? Cause Manu, your time is coming, boy. Your time is coming, Samu. Your time is coming.
And more is coming. It's Power Pro Wrestling. Our first match is on the way to the ring. Let's go to our ring announcer.
This next match is for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 227 pounds, from parts unknown, Purple Hayes. Weighing in at 193 pounds from Chicago, Illinois, Brother Love.
The first match on this week's exciting card, Purple Hayes versus Brother Love. And Brother Love working the crowd as only he can. What a card we have got for you tonight. The midgets are with us tonight, and it's good to have you along. Manu and Amos Moses coming up later. And the JYD, the Junkyard Dog, is going to tip it off against the one-man gang. All of that's ahead here on Power Pro as we get things underway with Purple Hayes and Brother Love. I don't know yet who's going to be joining me here at ringside, but we have got fantastic excitement coming your way this evening. Billy Vick, your third man in the ring. Coming soon to Power Pro Wrestling, how about Mark Von Erich? How about the Raging Cajun Bubba Monroe and his tag team partner Dapper Dan? And this one's underway. Brother Love, a couple of arm drags. And Purple Hayes steps into a swarm right from the very beginning. Putting some tension on that arm. Now jerking it out. Now, Hayes reverses it on Brother Love, takes it into an arm bar, then jerks him into a side headlock. Into the ropes they go, and they'll break it up. Couple of speed wrestlers. Not the biggest men in the sport, but they can get it done. A reverse arm drag, and Hayes has had enough. He's heading for the outside. Give me a minute. Give me timeout, Mr. Referee. Power Pro Wrestling. Boy, we're glad to have you along with us tonight. John Forrester, the whole gang with you. Lots of great things coming up. A tournament for the Power Pro Heavyweight World Championship belt. More about that later in our program tonight. Trouble in River City, Skandor Akbar and Samu part of the head shrinkers. They split the blanket right here on Power Pro Wrestling last week. And it is just good to have you be a part of it. Joining me at ringside now, one of the favorites, a man who was in action last week on Power Pro, none other than Sam Houston. Sam, welcome to Power Pro.
Hey, well, it's great to be here at Power Pro Wrestling, and I want to say one thing to all the fans out here. You are the greatest, guys. Man, I was out here last week, and I wrestled Rugged Rod Price, and we went to a 10-minute draw, and I think I could have beat Rugged Rod Price if I'd had the chance. But the time limit ran out, but these people behind me and everything, it just made me feel like, such the monster that one-man gang is. I mean, I felt like I was 6'10" and weighed 465 pounds. I don't, I'm only 6'3" and weighed 2 1/4, but I felt that big and that strong and that bad. It was thanks to all these people here, thanks to all the fans down here in South Louisiana.
Well, it's great to have you down here, Sam. Taking a look at what's going on in the ring, you've got a couple of guys that are never going to tip the scales at, 260 for that matter, but they get it done, and they get it done in a hurry.
Well, they do. I've been watching the cruiserweight. I've been watching, being, weighing 225 pounds like myself. I've been watching the lighter guys. I've been watching the heavier guys. Most all my opponents are the 300 pounds plus guys, but I still do watch the cruiserweights. I watch the junior heavyweights, and these guys here, both of them are capable of becoming a champion one day. Brother Love, I've been watching his career for the last about 4 or 5 months now, and he's got some great things to offer. He needs to get in the gym a little bit, I believe, and he needs to work on his timing, and I think he needs to get out there and work on his amateur skills just a little bit, and I think he'll be a competitor that you won't find anywhere. I think he'll be the type of competitor that will never say die. You can break his leg before you make him give up.
And speaking of that, Purple Haze looks like he's working on trying to do just about that right now. Put a leg drop across that thigh, and now he's retching at that knee. That cannot be but extremely, extremely painful.
Oh, it is painful. And, there's so many different areas in the knee to work on. You can work on the outside of the knee, the inside of the knee. The ligaments in the knee are wonderful things, but, they cannot be twisted. It cannot take this type of punishment for a very long period of time. And Brother Love is in sort of a bad way right now, and what he needs to do is get his shoulders off the mat and get over to his belly. If he can turn over to his belly and get back to that base, back to that amateur base, and come on up to his feet, then he'll have a fighting chance. Right now, I don't see him laying on the mat. I don't see him having too much of a fighting chance. Purple Haze will go all his way if he can keep him down there.
Well, the referee, Billy Vick, had to break it up because he caught Hayes using the rope. You've mentioned something, as Hayes stays in charge right here, you've mentioned something that I think a lot of folks would like to hear more about, and you've mentioned the guys needing to develop the amateur skills.
Oh, they do, most definitely. I'm going to tell you something. You can be the most seasoned professional in the world. You can be like one-man gang. He goes out there and clubs people, and he just beats what out of people. But if he didn't have any amateur background, if he didn't have any background at all, once you get knocked on your back, where do you go? You got to go to your belly. Once you go to your belly, you got to get to your hands and knees. Once you're your hands and knees, you got to get up to your knees. Once you're on your knees, you got to get back up to your feet. That's how to win a wrestling match, and you got to take the other guy down and put him down on his back. And if you ever find yourself in the predicament of being on your back, you've got to roll over. You've got to get over to the belly. Coach Murphy from Catholic High School in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, taught me when I was in the 2nd grade. I used to work out with him. Coach Murphy used to tell me, he said, kid, if you're on your back, get to your knees. From your knees, get to your hands and knees. From your hands and knees to your knees, and then to your feet. And, it was evident, and it made sense. Nobody wants to get beat on their back. You got to, you keep fighting back, keep fighting back. You never give up the fight, because the fight is never won until you win it.
Right now, Purple Haze is working on a very difficult part of the anatomy of Brother Love. He's trying to work it with the headbutts, and that just doesn't work. Brother Love's now on his feet, and the Haze is on his back.
Well, it's going to take everything Brother Love's got to muster right now. Now, he's got the momentum swinging in his way, but he needs to turn on the fire right now. He needs to turn on the heat. He allowed Purple Haze to be too close to the ropes. He should have dragged him out in the middle before he went for that pin. Look at those legs.
Do you have a radio headset on with him?
No, I don't.
Some way, because he's listening to you, everything you're saying.
Well, I hope he does. I've been wrestling for like 13 years now, I came from a wrestling background. My father was one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, Grizzly Smith. My brother is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world, Jake the Snake Roberts. My tag team partner is one of the greatest in the world, Charlie Thunderblood Norris. And I'm just happy to be amongst that group because those people mean a lot to me. My little sister was a world champion, Rockin' Robin. I mean, she can do it to it like Sonny Pruitt and take it to you all day long. And I'm just really happy about that, you know, and I'm happy to be in that group of people. A lot of people say nice things about me, and I really appreciate it, but I could never compare, or that could never compare to me, to anything that I see in the eyes of my family. My family were the greatest, and, you know, they'll always remain to be so. And what I do when I watch a wrestling match is I critique, and I critique to the utmost because that's what my family would do with me. They would tell me, okay, son, here's how you messed up, or okay, bro, here's how you messed up. You know, you didn't hook the leg this time. You didn't. And right now what I'm saying is Brother Love has got to turn that fire on. If he wants to take control of this match, he has got to turn it on and just like no holds barred no more.
Well, Hayes is going to try to buy himself some time by flinging Brother Love out of the ring.
This one needs to do a gut check, suck it up, and get back on in there. He didn't. Brother Love does not need to waste that much time. Purple Hayes needed a rest. That's why he threw Brother Love out. He could not keep up with the pace that Brother Love was setting. Now, Brother Love will get back in the ring before Purple Hayes has a chance to catch his breath. He'll be on the upside. But if he takes his time too much, then Hayes will be back on him, and that's where we ended out. Hayes was on top of him, took control again.
Oh boy, a reverse spin. Now that was just a pure agility move.
That was, and I bet you that he's going to need I mean, that's an Excedrin headache right there. Reason number 54 why you take Excedrin first thing in the morning.
Hayes got into the ropes. That's the reason Billy Vick didn't continue the count. Now, Brother Love is going to take it into the air. He's going up to the top to try to finish this one up.
If he wastes too much time, he's going up there for no reason at all because he'll mess himself up instead of the other man. Ooh.
Right about like that.
Yeah.
And we've got a bell. We may have, I believe, another time limit draw.
No, it looks like to me that the referee raised Brother Love's hand up. It looks like he may have called it.
He may have called it for Hayes throwing him a low blow, maybe, or him throwing him off the top rope.
Through the low blow, or if he bounced into him that caused the body contact. See, that's something that a referee has got to be on the lookout for. He's got to be able to watch and see for his own eyes.
And I tell you what, we're going to be back with Power Pro Wrestling, Skandor Akbar, and Devastation Incorporated coming your way right after this.
We're here with General Skandor Akbar in all of Devastation Incorporated.
Devastation Incorporated at its mightiest. That's right. The irrepressible Manu, the 747 one-man gang, the California stud Rod Price. And look, people, because Devastation is a mountain that you can't climb. Now I defy Charlie Norris, Sam Houston, the Junkyard Dog, Mark Von Erich, and the rest of you punks. All I want you to do is climb in this squared circle. One-man gang. Devastation Incorporated will not be stopped! The California stud Rod Price.
Devastation Incorporated has entered the building. Children, beware.
The irrepressible Manu.
Devastation Incorporated for life, baby.
That's what it's all about, people. Look it and look it good, because there's no way you can climb that mountain. It's too big. It's Devastation Incorporated. You know, it's Mid-South Power Pro Wrestling, and guess who rules it? Devastation. Look at those biceps. Look at the 747, and look at the irrepressible Manu. People, it's all over with. Do I hear any takers? Do I hear anybody?
No.
Do I hear anybody? No! Devastation.
Weighing in at 101 pounds from St. Joseph, Missouri, beautiful Bobby.
I tell you what, the condition they're in, they may be small in stature, but remember something, these guys are professional wrestlers.
That's right, and they're great. And Little Tokyo's, is that right? Little Tokyo, right? Little Tokyo's long-time wrestler.
Been in the squared circle before, and he's in there with beautiful Bobby.
That's right, beautiful little short Bobby.
And Bobby trying to give him a working over. There's an arm drag coming out of the corner.
That's right, and the match right before, Brother Love in purple, that was a great match, John. Brother Love is a great newcomer to Power Pro Wrestling, and I wish him the best of luck.
He's an exciting wrestler. He makes up for with quickness what he may lack in bulk.
That's right.
You know, but I tell you what, he is exciting to watch. And if you just joined us, you want to watch for future episodes of Power Pro Wrestling. This is a guy you need to check out.
That's right, Brother Love.
You know, Edward, one of the wonderful things about Power Pro Wrestling, we've got already great new wrestlers coming. I was talking earlier, Mark Von Erich's coming. The Raging Cajun Bubba Monroe is coming to Power Pro Wrestling. Former Houston Oiler Big Al Walker's coming, and nothing but excitement.
That's right, everybody's calling me. They want to come to Power Pro Wrestling right here in Louisiana, the Mid-South production. And I'm proud to carry, you know, Power Pro Wrestling, John.
You know, one of the things we talked about last week, the belt is sitting here again. It isn't going to be too long before the pairings are announced.
That's right.
For the championship belt.
That's right. Next week we're going to start our tournament for the belt, and how do you say that? We made the best one win, John.
And, you know, talking with Skandor Akbar last week, he's already got Devastation Incorporated written on this, but I want to, from where I sit, that may happen. That may happen. But there's a long way to go.
That's right, John, and you never trust Devastation Incorporated. General Skandor Akbar always got something up his sleeve. I don't have nothing else to say about the man, to be honest with you. I've been around many years, and I've refereed many of his matches, and Akbar is just one man of a kind. I mean, there's nobody else like that.
That's a good way to describe it. One of a kind.
And that's right. And you know, tonight, John, next match coming up, the Junkyard Dog's here.
That's right. And we're cranked up. Well, the Junkyard Dog's wrestling.
There we go.
Here we go.
1-2 count, and
beautiful Bobby trying to take it to Little Tokyo.
That's right. Little Tokyo, he's... Also want to welcome a great friend of mine, Grizzly Smith, in the house tonight.
Indeed, and you know, I'm sure it's a busman's holiday. He likes to watch Sam Houston wrestle.
That's right. The father of Sam Houston. And to tell you the truth, Grizz, I've traveled many roads of Grizz, and Grizz really put me into wrestling, and what a hell of a man, John.
Indeed, indeed. He, one word you used to describe Grizzly Smith, and that is a gentleman.
That's right. And
you can't say that about a whole lot of people.
You see Tokyo with a 1-2 count. Whoa!
And he was complaining about the referee throwing Beautiful Bobby right back on top of him. This time he got thrown to the referee. The referee threw him off to the side.
Right.
Be careful what you wish for.
The referee did what he told him to do, so, I mean, that's the way it called. And I also want to, John, I don't want to forget to, I got a great people behind us in the house, too. And, I mean, this is a packed house here.
It is fantastic, but folks, what this means, if you're watching on TV, you can be a part of a live action of Power Pro Wrestling. It's coming soon to your area. Watch for it, and we want to take this opportunity to invite folks from all over Acadiana to reign on the 22nd of March for our next taping. Be a part of Power Pro. Come be on TV.
That's right. And you see the ring, John, to go back to the ring. Beautiful Bobby, is that right? Yeah, Beautiful Bobby biting on Tokyo.
On the derriere. You can say that on TV,
that's right.
Derriere.
There you go. These guys are wonderful. I mean, wonderful people. And get back to the next TV taping on March the 22nd,
that's
right, John?
Civic Center in Rain.
That's right, the Civic Center in Rain, doing our next TV taping, so I want to welcome everybody from Rain, Crowley, Dusson, Lafayette, and Opelousas and surrounding town to come join us for our next TV taping. And also we want to remind the people, if you want any nonprofit organization would like to raise money for their nonprofit organization, they're welcome to call the Power Pro Wrestling office at area code 318-234-5219. And it's on the screen, 318-234-5219, and we'll be happy to go to your school, your anywhere, to raise money for your nonprofit organization.
Good way to be a part of the community. And, the midgets are fun to watch. There's no question about that. But there comes a point, and they have fun in there too, but there comes a point that they want to win the match, and I think that's what Beautiful Bobby and Little Tokyo are getting to right now. It's the show's over. Let's wrestle.
That's right. And Tokyo, you can tell he's been wrestling for years and years, John, and great wrestler, and he's really getting trying to get the best of Bobby, Little Bobby right now.
It snaps him over his back. That will take the gas out of the tank. Let the air out of the balloon. But look here, reverse cradle.
Hey,
and
you see it.
Quickness
1, 2,
gets
3.
it.
Beautiful Bobby wins the match.
Beautiful Bobby, the winner. In the midgets, taking down Little Tokyo. And I'm going to tell you what, I am excited. I am excited because before we do anything else, I get to take this headset off, put it down, and get down and go talk to the Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard, welcome to Power Pro Wrestling.
All right. First of all, I'd like to say thanks to the good Lord above and all the great people in the state of Louisiana for having me down once again, and I'd like to apologize for the last time that I didn't make it because due to the flights not being available, not only being available, but the fog. And you can't doubt the fog because that's the good Lord's work, and nobody tell the good Lord what to do. It's two things I don't mess with, the internal revenue and the good Lord. So.
Well, you're here tonight, and that's what the important thing is. Big match coming up tonight with the one-man gang, JYD. What's up?
It's always a great thing to wrestle against a one-man game because the game been around for quite some time. He got the experience, he got the knowledge. Not only that, I see they add another guy to the stable. Plus, they got one of the most powerful managers there is in the world. I've been around for 19 years now, and Skandor Akbar been around maybe 20 years, and he got all that knowledge, prestige, and the most important thing that he got that I have very little of at the moment, and that's MONEY.
Well, you may not have all the money in the world, Junkyard Dog, but I tell you what, when you come here to Southwest Louisiana, you're coming home.
I'm straightening that up. I don't need no money to come to my friends. See, when you got friends, you don't need no money.
All right. And, you know, I am told, this is the first chance that I've had to talk with you on television, but there are some ties that you have to this community, aren't there?
Oh, yeah, like right now, Moraine, Louisiana, the mayor's getting ready to give me the key to the city. I got the key to the city to New Orleans 3 times, Monroe once, in the great state of Texas. But all the ties I got to this community, I got kids all over this place. You know, when I went home Christmas, I had all my kids, and my grandmama said, "Dog, you wasn't on the road for nothing." I said, "No," because the great state of Louisiana said, when the God put me on this earth, he want me to bear forth some fruit, so look out there. There's all my fruit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Junkyard Dog on Power Pro Wrestling. We'll be back right after this.
Sir. Power Pro Wrestling, welcome back. John Forrester at ringside for you. Our next match moving into the ring. Let's go to our ring announcer.
This match is for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Weighing in at 370 pounds, Manu. And from out of Cutoff, Louisiana, weighing in at 238 pounds, Amos Moses.
Well, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow. Kick off your shoes and you throw them on the floor. Dance in the kitchen till the morning light. Louisiana Saturday night.
Parting of the ways between yourself and Devastation Incorporated. Some words were said between you and Skandor Akbar at the top of the show tonight. He threw down the gauntlet, as it were. He says, here it is. It is war.
Well, John,
and now here's your chance.
You know, Johnny, you're right again. Let me tell you, that Skandor, he's a little sneaky devil, I tell you. I can't wait to get a piece of him. And you got his big man in there now. You know, you got to watch all these Cajun boys. This cool boy here is going to take care of this big Devastation Manu. Manu over there needs he didn't miss too many meals, has he?
The 2-count push away is not an exercise that either one of these gentlemen appear to practice, and I can say that because I don't either. My wife says that I'm on a seafood diet. Every time I see food, I eat.
Yeah, well, but the difference between you, he eats a half a cow or something.
Manu is heading for the tall timber right now. He doesn't want any part of Amos Moses. You know, one of the things, and I'm going to let folks know that if we disappear or if I disappear, it's going to be because Skandor's gotten involved on our side. He just won't let it alone. He came over to the table tonight as you sat down here and started to make trouble. And here you are, you know, out to help announce a match.
Well, you know, Akbar, I'm glad they chased him away from ringside this match. We're going to see how good this Manu guy is. He's got his hands full here with the big Cajun. He's a good old boy there.
A couple of big guys, and it's this, you know, we saw the first match of the evening this evening, Purple Haze and Brother Love. That was speed and technique.
Yes.
This one is the other side of it. A couple of big guys, and you know, these guys are big enough to put a serious hurting on you if you don't watch yourself at all times.
Oh yeah, you got to watch this, especially this Manu guy. You really got to watch because he's going on the brain of Akbar, you know, and that's a scary feeling right there. Oh yeah. There you go.
Manu working Amos Moses into a corner. Billy Vick, the referee, finally cutting him out of there.
Yep, you better stay on him. You better stay on him. He don't have Akbar out there ringside now, so we're going to see, you know, how he acts with the tables turned on a one-on-one competition there.
There's a clothesline, and that'll put him down. One of the things I've noticed, though, about Manu, looking at him the last couple of weeks, is he doesn't follow up quickly. He'll make a hold, or he'll throw a move like that clothesline we just saw, and he's got to strut a little bit. He's got to let everybody know, yeah, I did that, instead of trying to finish it up.
Exactly. It's like covering a man and not grabbing the leg. You know, you're not utilizing everything. I think he might have poked him in the eye there.
Amos Moses, cut off Louisiana, where he hails from, and I'll tell you one thing about that young man. You won't find very much quit in those blue jeans.
No, you know, he's a good old boy, but I'm going to have to teach him about Akbar's ways. You know, I teach all of these guys over here exactly what Akbar is all about, and we're going to start fighting back fire with fire.
Well, Manu just got a little bit of that fire. Moses moved out of the way now. Moses going to try to put a slam on the big man. He's trying to lift, what, 370, 380 pounds?
Plus that half a cow he ate earlier.
Yeah, plus the half a cow. But once again, you're big, you're not too quick. Moses moves and lets Manu come down right on the elbow.
Yeah, he's making jambalaya out of that arm right now.
Look out. I tell you what, I'm sitting, you know, at the broadcast table. My arm hurts from hitting the ring.
Yep.
Amos Moses in control. You know, one of the things that I'm really excited about, Samu, the tournament is coming up. I was talking with President of Power Pro, Edward Faulk. The tournament for the heavyweight championship belt is coming up. I'm excited. I know you're going to be a part of that. I'm excited about that, seeing you wrestle for that belt in one-on-one competition. Some other great wrestlers are headed for Power Pro Wrestling.
I'm so excited. I can't hide it. I can't wait till this tournament gets support.
You know, names like Mark Von Erich coming, Bubba Monroe, the Raging Cajun, his tag team partner Dapper Dan, they're making their way. Power Pro is getting ready to hit the wrestling map and hit it hard.
It sure is. I'm glad to be a part of the organization. This is a great place to come and watch all of your fan favorites, and the best are coming here to All Pro. I'm telling you, it's gonna the Power Pro. It's gonna big drop kick by the big man.
I tell you what, he's got Manu, and I got to watch how I pronounce this. He's got Manu in a little bit of trouble. Rolls him over his back. I'm not real sure that he didn't hurt as much as he did. He's grabbing the small of his back is Amos Moses, but he'll cover him. There's 1, 2. Manu.
Yeah, he
got
dropped
a
it right
leg
there
on the rope.
He might have pulled a muscle on the lower back there, lifting all that weight. I'm not surprised.
Overhand wrist lock from Amos Moses, but Vic says, no, you got to let him out of the ropes. He's got to have a chance to wrestle.
Yeah, I'm glad of the referee and the way that they're showing, the officials are showing their power there, and you know, they're getting a lot of respect from the people because they got to follow them rules. And this referee seems to be doing his job pretty good.
Amos Moses dealing out a little punishment, trying to get him to come out in the middle of the ring and wrestle.
That's right. You can just see the difference right now without Akbar being there at ringside. I mean, you just see that the big occasion boys got him going, and the tables are turning for him now.
Snapmare in a reverse face lock. Stretching that neck out, trying to put it pressure. That, if taken far enough, the only way that's going to help, that's submission hold, but you got to lock it in and bear down.
Yep, just squeeze that carotid arteries there, and the blood can't get to the brain. That'll blow him up. Oh yeah, he's blowed up now.
Leg drop right across the chest. Let's see if Amos can finish it up. Now the big man isn't done yet. Amos Moses working on Manu, part of Devastation Incorporated, but as Samu points out, without the benefit of Skandor Akbar at ringside. And I got to wonder, I'm looking over my shoulder.
Oh, don't worry.
I'm wondering about that.
I'm up here. I got your back there, guy. Uh-oh.
Now this one,
Uh-oh.
Haven't seen this one in a while. Now this could get rough. Billy Vick, the referee, is
I can't
down.
watch this. I know Akbar's going to be sneaking around here. You know
down.
he's conniving.
Amos Moses was tossed onto him with his head down. He took his head into the ring, into that hard canvas. Now,
we'll see how the tables are turning now. I wonder how they'd feel if they had a little taste of their own. You know what, Joe? Hey, I'm going to be right back.
Uh-oh. I don't know where he's going. There goes Samu. There goes Samu. There's no referee in the ring. What's going on here? Now that'll ring your bell. Who was that masked man? Samu takes a chair to Amos Moses. Opponent Manu. Moses wraps him up. Oh, so here is Samu. He says, I'm going to give Skandor Akbar a little bit of his own medicine. And he did. And I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to very quickly see if we can't get a couple of words with the winner.
Amos Moses, come on down here and talk to your homeboys. Ladies and gentlemen, Amos Moses on Power Pro Wrestling. Amos, that one turned around in a hurry.
I tell you what. Look at this animal. I tell you one thing. You see what happens with Skandor Akbar? Ain't over that. And the odds get a little even. You know what I mean? Tell you what, Samu, watch my back. And I'll be there to watch his back anytime he needs it.
It looks to me like we're choosing up chairs and trying to give each other headaches. Power Pro Wrestling, it's where the excitement is, it's where the action is. Stay tuned. Power Pro Wrestling will be right back.
John Forrester, Power Pro Wrestling, good to have you back with us. Our next match is on its way to the ring. Let's go now to our ring announcer.
This match is for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Weighing in at 245 pounds from Arkansas, Wild Bill Ash. Weighing in at 215 pounds from Denver, Colorado, Vince Johnson.
There you have it. Bill Ash, Wild Bill Ash. Wily veteran Vince Johnson on the other side. He is a relative youngster. You know, you want to match this one up, you match it up hours versus days. Experience versus exuberance. And if experience is what you'd like to do, then we invite you to watch for Power Pro Wrestling coming soon to one of your local areas. Come be a part of it in person. And especially, we want to invite you to come be a part of our next TV taping the 22nd of March in Rain, Louisiana at the Civic Center. It's a Saturday night, March the 22nd. We'll get underway at 8 o'clock. Be at ringside, join us, and be a part of Power Pro and the TV program. Right now, Bill Ash having it his way. The Wild Man working Vince Johnson. Didn't have him softened up near enough with that body slam and knee drop. It's going to take more than that to work on this young man. Step over armbar, and Johnson reverses it. Now he's going to work it up into that shoulder joint. One more twist for good measure, Wild Bill. He says, here's a foot for your trouble. And if your nonprofit organization, club, or school is looking for a way to raise money, give Power Pro Wrestling a call. Let us put on a card as a benefit to your organization. We'll be giving you the details on that later. Stay tuned. Still to come tonight, Devastation Incorporated, Skandor Akbar, and the one-man gang, along with the Junkyard Dog. Right there, you saw the number to give us a call. Mid-South Promotions, Power Pro Wrestling. Let us be a part of your next fundraiser. Ash working over Johnson right now. Wild Bill looking to make those years of experience pay off. Here's a reversal. Johnson's going to take him over the back. Oh, drop kick with Ash moving in, and that may have cramped Johnson's legs up. He's holding on to that left knee. You plan to get extension, and when you don't, sometimes it doesn't work real well. Wild Bill Ash working on him in the corner. Here comes Johnson, fighting back. Elbows into the chest. Gonna try to drag him out of there. Tries to dive in behind him for a big splash, but the veteran stepped out of the way. Went knocking, and there was nobody home. Ash now. Elbow right on the button. That will ring your chimes. There's two. But Johnson still got some life in him. Not an ounce of quit in this young man. Rolls him over. Once again, gets the 2 count, but can't get the 3. Now an uppercut. Here comes Johnson fighting back. Nothing fancy about that. Good old American right hands. Power Pro Wrestling, where the excitement is. Oh, a clothesline and a slam behind it. This may wrap it up. 1, 2, and 3. Your winner is Bill Ash. We'll be back with our main event right after this. Announcer. Welcome back, Power Pro Wrestling. John Forrester along with Rod Price, the California Stud. It's main event time. Let's go to our ring announcer.
This match is for one fall anywhere in the building. A 15-minute time limit from the mean streets of Chicago, Illinois. The one-man gang. Then making his way to the ring, the Junkyard Dog.
John Forrester, Rod Price, it's main event time. Power Pro Wrestling, a part of Devastation Incorporated, joining me and another part in the ring.
That's
Rod,
right.
tell me something. This is a different kind of match. The Junkyard Dog and the one-man gang, falls count anywhere.
That's right. When I was working in Texas, we'd call this a Texas death match. They could count anywhere in the ring, anywhere in the building. It doesn't matter if it's at the concession stand, the parking lot, upstairs, downstairs. It doesn't matter. It's a tough, brutal match, and the fans are going to enjoy this for sure.
The one-man gang, and he lives up to his name. He is a big man, in with another big man, the Junkyard Dog. Couple of guys that have been around.
You've got a lot of experience in that ring. You've got two big men, but you look at that 747 right there. He makes Junkyard Dog look like a puppy, doesn't he?
I'm going to tell you what. I've stood up side by side with either man. I look the Junkyard Dog in the chin. I look the gang in the chest.
Well, that's
and
the
I'm
truth.
not a small man.
That's the truth. Now they're getting a little action going. It's starting to heat up.
Oh, absolutely. Let me ask you something. I got this first chance I've had since all of this went down to talk not to Skandor Akbar, but to a member of Devastation Incorporated. What about this stuff with Samu?
I don't know what Samu is going. I don't know what his problem is, but I've seen his actions towards Devastation Incorporated, and right there, that's a mark in my book against him. Samu, we're coming after you. You can believe it. Watch your back.
And there you heard it. You hurt one of us. You hurt us all.
Exactly. One speaks for all of us. Doesn't matter who it is.
Now, I'm going to ask one other thing. There's only one of these sitting right in front of us, the Power Pro Heavyweight Championship belt. Can it get dicey when it gets time for this? Would the California Stud like to wrap this around his waist at the expense of another member of Devastation Incorporated?
Well, let me tell you something that obviously you don't know about Devastation Incorporated. We're all for one inside Devastation Incorporated. And it doesn't matter who carries the belt when it's in Devastation Incorporated. It's just the gold within the company. That's all that matters.
Okay, in the ring right now, Junkyard Dog getting off to a fast start on the one-man gang.
Now, Gager's in a little trouble. 747, he's looked like he might have crashed and burned there. But he'll get up and walk away, I'll guarantee you. Junkyard Dog, he's not through with you. There he is going after Akbar. I don't know what's wrong with Junkyard Dog right now.
You know, we've talked about this earlier. You know, like him, don't like him. One thing that I say, you better respect the general. It's real simple.
You have to respect the general. It doesn't matter. It's like you said, like him, hate him. But you know what? He gets it done. And you know, he's got the best winning percentage in professional wrestling there is.
And here we go. They said
anywhere
it count anywhere in the building. Anywhere. They're back at the timer's table, for heaven's sake.
Hey, it doesn't matter. It can move out. Like I said, we can take this out to the parking lot. This match isn't over yet.
Oh, boy. Power Pro Wrestling, excitement everywhere. We want to invite everybody, if you're a wrestling fan, Power Pro is happening in your town. Keep an eye out for it. Be a part of it at the arena. Come out and see what it's like to have the guys come up and get their head slammed right in your lap.
Absolutely, absolutely. Don't get too close or you get caught in the action.
And it's still going on up back by the timer's
He's going for the
table.
pin right there. Come on,
He isn't going to get it there. Those are two big men. You're going to have to soften them up a whole bunch more than that.
Oh, yeah. Now watch the big 747 go to work right here. You watch. That's a big man, and he's gonna show you what he can do to another big man right now.
He's got the Junkyard Dog. They're headed back for the ring.
Maybe he just likes to get it in the center of the building just so he can prove once and for all Devastation is the company.
The California Stud Rod Prize, John Forrester for Power Pro Wrestling. The main event, it's a one fall anywhere in the building. The Dog got a foot up over the turnbuckle, or on the rope, excuse me. And now that's a lot of weight.
Oh,
right on your throat.
What, that 747, he's well over 500 pounds. How'd you like to have that foot crushing your throat?
The Junkyard Dog and the one-man gang. Couple of names synonymous with championships, synonymous with professional wrestling for a lot of years. And we've got it right here on Power Pro Wrestling. We were talking earlier, new names coming to Power Pro. Mark Von Erich's on his way. The Raging Cajun Bubba Monroe is coming. Former Houston Oiler Big Al Walker is coming. They want what's on this table. They're coming for the belt. We want to invite you to just keep an eye out and be a part of it. The gang and the Junkyard Dog with Skandor Akbar at ringside. He is a factor, make no mistake about it. This is not like you talk about pro football or something like that. They're good coaches out there, son.
That's right.
But, and I tell you what, I've just been given the signal. We are running out of TV time. I tell you what, folks, we're so sorry. We're running out of TV time. We're going to have to leave you, but we're going to keep the cameras rolling, and we'll bring this to you next week. For everyone at Power Pro Wrestling, I'm John Forrester, wishing you a very pleasant good evening.
This has been a Mid-South production of Power Pro Wrestling.